everyone. Welcome back to No Dumb Idea. A podcast about silly ideas, dumb ideas, good ideas, and terrible ideas. Yeah, you'll find all of those here. I'm Gibbelding, but who else am I joined by?
'Tis I, Gym Leader Nate, here again to be present as a present.
It's
For
me.
My presence is a gift. Dala, I wasn't done.
No, you reminded me of the guy from Galaxy Quest. Hello, it's me. Like the way you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you haven't caught on, I'm Dala, the other host.
The other one, as people call him.
Have you all seen? I mean, obviously, Jim Leader Nate has. Have you seen it, Gibbelding?
I've
Galaxy
not.
Quest? No. Okay.
I know
Snape
Sigourney
himself.
Weaver and Snape is in
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Allen.
Tim Allen,
Santa,
who
Santa's in it.
who yells at everybody in his fucking cast.
Yes. Santa.
Such a
He's on
terrible
coke.
fucking castmate.
That's all
apparently.
his parts too, honestly.
I mean, like, yeah, he's notorious. I mean, there's like that. There's that mugshot
Yeah.
of him that looks freaking wild to see because you're like,
Oh.
this is the guy that was Home Improvement and Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Like, it's
this
so
is
weird.
fucking Buzz Lightyear smuggling cocaine
Mhm.
throughout the fucking country.
Honestly, that makes
Yeah,
him
well, he-
my Buzz Lightyear more of my hero.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's easy. He puts it in his jetpack and flies around.
Oh yeah.
Well, OJ Simpson is my hero. Hi guys, welcome
Let's
back to No
unpack
Dumb
that.
Idea. We're talking. We're having a bit of a casual talk here. Talking
We're
about
doing
our favorite
Gibbelding's counseling
celebrities.
session, apparently.
Yeah, we're doing my counseling session.
Something
So how does that
related
make
to
you
white
feel?
Broncos. Gloves.
Yeah, yeah. The juice is
And not
loose.
fitting.
Dala, why don't you go and tell
Okay.
us about the juice? It's your turn. How loose
The
is your
good
juice?
My juice would be probably pretty loose. I mean, it's a liquid.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, I'm curious. What is y'all's favorite juice? Favorite. Like, if I gave you a juice right now, what juice would you want me to give you? I think for me, my
Not if you gave us the
standard-
fruit or the vegetable. Like you would, just if you gave us the juice already, it'd be like, oh, is this the juice that you want? How does this hypothetical
Well,
work?
I'm like, if I was like, what? Hey, I'm at the store. Do you want some juice? What do you want? Like, I don't. Would you want me to pick you up?
Okay, that'd be
Yeah.
rough because like
Like,
what I would
Interesting.
want is probably like not available at the store because it was just always at like. So I would always get this at like brunch when we would go out to get brunch after
Mimosa?
church as a kid. So it was like
Yeah.
pineapple orange juice.
oh, they have that. Some stores.
Some
I've
stores,
seen.
yeah, but I can't drink it anymore
It's
because it's too
probably
acidic. So I've like haven't had it in like a
Oh.
decade, and so but like if I could have juice like in the moment, like that is the number one juice I would have for sure.
Mine wouldn't well, mine wouldn't be available for ethical reasons, but yeah.
I'm sorry,
Human.
human juice.
My what? So Dala, how's your week been?
It has been honestly, it's all right. I've been checking out some movies and, honestly, it's like they were okay. Like I saw La Camera. It's like an Italian film. I couldn't tell you who the director is. It's Italian though.
Who's the
Like
director?
Chimera?
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's really good actually. It's good, but it's like it's one of those ones that takes a while to get going. It's more of a quiet movie. It's about this guy coming home to Italy in like the 80s. Although you couldn't really tell, it's kind of a timeless feeling movie. And what was it? You find out quickly that he's a grave robber, and that his wife is dead, and it's kind of like a mystery of like, wait, why is like because it shows like his wife before she died, and it's really heartfelt, kind of heartwarming, like I don't know, it's kind of like one where you kind of live. It's like a lived experience of the character, and you kind of go through it with him. I don't know. I'd recommend it if you're really in the mood for like a drama like that. But the other one I saw which I was actually kind of a little more disappointed, is Smoking Causes Coughing, which is a French film. It's done
I feel
by.
like I've heard of that.
It's directed by and probably made by Quentin Dupieux, who is better known to the EDM.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pewee, I say.
Yeah.
You smell that?
Ooh, yeah.
Phew.
Yep. Dupieux. I mean, it's two pews.
Oh, I see.
He is Mr. Oizo, the EDM artist.
Oh.
But he also did the movie Rubber, which is probably the more.
Oh, okay. I know Rubber.
Rubber's okay in my
yeah.
opinion. The one I
not
really
amazing.
liked though, that made me fall in love. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's whatever. But the one that I really like is Keep an Eye Out. It's like a 70-minute film really fucking hilarious. And that's why I was like, let me watch Smoking Causes Coughing, because the trailer, it's this group of Power Ranger-esque characters who are all nicotine or like cigarette based. It's like one of them's named nicotine, and like they're all the other like drug or chemicals.
Nicotine.
What?
I
Sounds
am
amazing.
nicotine.
I am
No, just straight up
Tara.
nicotine, but in French.
I am cigarette.
Yeah, cigarette.
Wait,
but it's
no.
funny,
Now
the
we gotta
first-
take time. Now we gotta take time. My name is
Yeah,
Tobacco.
methanol.
Oh, methanol.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
one of the characters' names.
It's like I am cyanide.
It's a comedy. It's just
It's trace amounts.
arsenic.
Yeah, arsenic.
I don't. I'm trying. He
Emphysema.
shows how much I know
I am
about
emphysema.
emphysema. Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Puff Daddy.
Oh, okay. Wait, ooh,
Ooh, wait a minute.
Maybe to bring up
Wait a minute.
That one aged poorly.
What? It's me,
Emily
Puff
Puff.
Daddy. Come on, come here.
Le
Come
Puff
hang out.
Papa.
Come to my
What's
house.
this movie about?
I got cigarettes.
Yeah, it's so it opens up and there's like they're fighting like a turtle like not turtle kaiju, but like the shorter, like, because the Power Rangers, they fight before they get big.
Right.
So they're fighting this turtle guy, and they're like, let's do our final move. So they all circle. They encircle him, and they do their special move, which is to give it cancer till it explodes.
Nice.
Jesus.
And then and this kid is like, oh my gosh. And then it's funny because the leader of the group is like, hey kid, we don't smoke. That's why we use cigarettes to like kill. Like we're using the weapon as a weapon. But the rest of the movie honestly isn't like that, which is kind of like a little bit of a disappointment. But it was still pretty funny. It's just not it doesn't play with that Power Ranger part after that, really. It's just more of like an anthology at that point too, actually, weirdly.
What was the name of the
But-
movie?
Smoking Causes Coughing, which
Sounds
is
like
a line in the
such
movie.
sounds like such a confusing movie, but okay.
And
It
was
yeah.
made by Mr. Oizo.
Yeah, Quentin Depew or
Interesting.
Mr. Wiseau.
Quentin Two Guns.
It's dude,
DP.
he's cool. The movie's cool. It's funny. It's just don't expect all Power Ranger stuff. It's kind of just the intro and kind of like what instigates the rest, because the rest of the movie is their leader, who's like a little rat puppet with like drool coming out of his mouth, which is kind of funny too.
Nice.
There's like characters that are like, he's so hot, and like they're all like pining over him.
He's like Splinter.
But basically, yeah, shit. I didn't think about that. He basically is just like, y'all need to like go to this retreat and like learn to be a better team. And so it's just them telling campfire stories, kind of, and like they're pretty funny, like, and interesting, and anthology. But like I said, I went in expecting Power Rangers and got like some weird stuff.
That like really makes me
It's
wish
fun.
that there
It's
was
fun.
like a good like spoof like satire movie
Oh.
all dedicated to being about Power Rangers and like Sentai and like Saiyaman and like things like that.
Yeah,
Well,
he did say
that,
good though. So
that leads me to my because this all reminds me of. It sucks because I don't remember the name. It's a Japanese film. Honestly, the only thing I've ever seen was the final scene, like the final battle, where basically it's these 5 tall, like kaiju height, kind of like humanoid people. They all look like Ultraman-esque, where they're all silver and they're all humanoid and they're all like striking poses and stuff.
slick. Yeah.
And they all beat the shit out of this humanoid kaiju for 5 minutes, but it's really realistic. like,
What the hell?
like basically one of the people on the team, like, and it's all like, imagine one shot where you just see one guy walk around silently. He goes and he picks up a truck and he kind of looks at it and like make sure that he's like gripping it tight. And he starts beating this fucking kaiju. like,
I think that sounds familiar. Wait,
over and
I think
over.
I've seen a GIF of that. almost.
it's like eventually it looks like you're watching a street fight, because it eventually these kaiju are just like beating down and punching and just ganging up on this large fucking monster. It's ridiculous.
jumping.
It's super funny. I forgot what it's called. It's like, oh my god, it's like, I'll find it.
No, the one I thought you were gonna reference, funny enough, is I know you've seen it, Gilding. Have you seen Gym Leader Nate? Have you seen Danger 5?
I have, yes.
The show.
I have seen Danger
I thought you were gonna
5.
talk
Oh
about.
my god.
There's like an episode where they do like a Power Rangers like Megazord. That's like
It
pretty
looked like
fucking-
It,
That's what I was thinking. You were. That's like I painted you painted the picture in my head of like almost of that.
Mhm.
But then when you said Japanese, I was like, no, that like looks Japanese, but it's not. And I know you know what that is, obviously.
yeah.
But yeah, Danger 5 is a great show. Highly recommend.
Like,
Go see that.
That's literally like that's the tone.
10
That's
10.
the tone I want as a Power Rangers show.
Mhm.
It's like instead of that
full-
is a spoof of the Power Rangers, but instead it's that tone, and you also sprinkle in a little bit of
Yeah.
like Captain Planet and the Planeteers,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
some other things like that. Just like
You get all those toy like
all the
character,
toy-based
like,
friendship is
shows.
power. Like let's work together to beat the big monster. Like shows.
Okay.
Honestly, that would work perfect.
So
It'd be like a whole movie just called like
I
Friendship
found
is
it.
Power.
I just sent it to the group chat if you guys want to watch
Yeah.
it.
Big Man Japan live entry.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So the movie is called Big Man Japan, and that's basically what I just everything I've been thinking
Envision.
about for the last 5 minutes.
Please go to 222. Please
Nice.
go to 222. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm got a stupid ad.
Baby or
Come
die?
on.
Is he about to punt this baby
What?
kaiju man? Yep, like a football. And then he headbutts
Jesus.
it, and he kicks it again.
This is like a 5-minute scene of this guy just beating this kaiju with newspaper.
These
Yeah,
are
I'm gonna put on my
like
phone, I
professional
can't-
wrestling. They keep like lifting him back up and doing wrestling moves onto him.
It's like a street brawl.
They tear his clothes off. What is
Do we
this?
leave in the audio of us describing this fucking scene?
What? They're tearing his shorts
you.
off too? What is this movie? What is this
Maybe-
a movie?
I've seen this though, yeah. But no, that was literally my week. Was just those like honestly, it's like I was thinking about. I was like, I haven't really done too much notable like, you know, anything particularly like to point out. I guess, like I said, outside of those movies, like it's like La Cometa, pretty good. Smoking causes coughing, decent. But yeah.
You okay,
How's
Gym
y'all-
Leader
how's
Nate?
your
You look
weekend?
like you're
This is
you
just
look like you're
so
in trance.
crazy.
You're watching like the whole thing. That's so funny.
No, I just went to this.
Yeah,
I just got to this one part of the gag that was really good, which all of them put their hands together to make a rainbow beam to fire at him.
Oh,
But
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the dudes, he like pulls his hand out for a second, and he noticed the beam is still going, and he's like, "Oh, it doesn't make a difference if I'm there." It's such a good
Seeing
bit.
the clip, I remember seeing this somewhere with you, Gibbelding, like because I remember the bald guy with the hair up, or not bald, the
Yeah.
shirtless guy with the hair that's up, kind of. I remember that for some reason. Like I don't know where I saw it, but I remember we saw it. Like at least that's the first time I saw it. Was like some clip. But yeah, no, highly recommend that. That was pretty good. Check that
I
out.
probably sent that to you. I feel like I
Hopefully
sent
it's-
this to you before.
Hopefully it's like a good actual like show or movie.
That killed me. Oh my god. See, like that kind of bit would be perfect for like what I'm talking about. Like the whole like all the Rangers like using their combo attack, but then it turns out they can still do it without one of them, and it's like, wait, so I'm not like pivotal to making it. No, it's like
Those,
it's
like,
stronger
rainbow-
if
Make
we're
no
all
difference.
together. It's like, but, like you don't
Yeah.
need me. Why am I on the team?
That's so stupid. He's just like,
Yeah,
I make no
no, it's-
difference. What do I do? Do I just stand here and put my...
It's just like, oh, yeah, he poses. Get him.
So that was good. That was good. Anyone watch Invincible? Anyone here ever see
I only saw
Invincible?
the first season.
Not yet.
Unfortunately, have not seen the new ones.
In the last 2 days, I decided to binge watch the entire series, and you know what? Pretty good. Pretty fucking good.
There's 2 seasons out now, right?
You know,
That's
there's 2 seasons, 16 episodes, about like 12 hours, 13 hours of content right there for Invincible. And I decided to watch it in the last 2 days, and you know what? Pretty cool, pretty fun. It just makes me realize that Robert Kirkman, he's a good writer. He's a damn good writer, but he well, to be fair, I've only read like his first couple of stories, but they seem to they tend to fall into the same like not traps, but
Pitfalls, kind of.
pitfalls, the same story
Mhm.
beats, the same whether or not it's like Rick Grimes or if it's like Mark Grayson Invincible, it's like yeah, they tend to go through like the same things. We're almost like I don't know. It's a good show, but it's almost as if like just like in The Walking Dead, the main character is never the most popular character or the most important character. It's always like the side characters. You know what I mean? Just seems like that's Robert
That's kinda
Kirkman's main thing.
style. That's
Yeah.
kind of I kind of like that idea though. I mean, that makes me think of like Sandman, where it's like Sandman's not Morpheus isn't the main character really. I mean, he is, but he's not too. But that I honestly I was looking at, I was like, I don't think I have any Robert Kirkman stuff. Funny enough, I don't think I've ever read any. Not that I don't want to, I just never got around to it. But Invincible is one I need to check out for sure.
Mm-hmm. I Season 1 was really good when I saw it back when it first came out. I'll probably catch up and watch Season 2 as well. I mean, most of it got spoiled for me because like all the people on I have a Twitter account, and just everybody as soon as Season 2 came out were like, oh, they're doing this,
Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you won't believe this.
I can't believe this
And a
happened.
picture of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's already been very, very spoiled for me. So I feel like I might as well go ahead and just watch it. It's just so I can see what the rest of it is and
Fair.
get the bits that I don't know yet.
I think that's me. I'm like, do I read it or do I watch it first? And I should just watch it at this point because it'd be quicker probably. Personally.
It's weird because like I watch it and I'm like, okay, I finished the first season and it was really good, but there's like, I mean, and obviously it's an ongoing show, you know, they want you to keep watching it and watching it. And I don't know if I'm just like, if it's just me, like just the older I get, where I'm like, oh man, I wish every season was just like self-contained. That way I could just watch one season and not have to worry about like catching up with the next season or the next season. But like, you know, watching them in succession, you know, it very much felt like it was just one long season
Epic
where
or
like, you know,
something.
yeah, like one long epic where at the end of season 2, I was just very much like, oh, okay, it's over. And sure there's going to be another season in like fucking maybe 3 years or 2 years, but I'm just like I don't know. Like long stories like this, it's hard to I know they're good, but it's hard to kind of keep up with because of the pacing and because of I don't know.
It's like the
Does that make
length.
sense? Any of that make sense? Yeah.
I
No, I
guess.
think that's exactly why I don't really watch shows because I'm like that's a lot. For one, it's like it's a lot. A lot of modern shows don't really do like a good like like stand on. Like you watch one season, then it's like okay, now I have to watch the next one. Now I have to wait for the next one too, and it's like
Yeah.
the momentum kind of ups and downs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one that I remember watching that actually like funny enough is related. I feel that I like and I feel like does pretty good at like almost standalone is The Boys, the show. I feel like each
Ah.
season has been pretty. They do like
Is that show done?
Easter or no, not Easter. No,
No.
it's still
no.
going. It has a spin-off at least, and I think it has another season. And it does have like cliffhangers, but
Right.
it usually will like it will have like in one season like the start and the finish are like one big story, and then the next cliffhanger is like to upset that new status quo kind of, you know.
Mhm.
It's like so we start to finish we killed all the heroes or whatever, and now there's like less heroes. Okay, next, but now they've like the cliffhangers, whatever. They found a new hero that like because it's about like superheroes being kind of assholes, and so like there's this group called the Boys that go around killing and making sure that these superheroes are like in line.
Yeah.
Like staying in there like good and all that. But yeah, I think that's one I would recommend. Very similar, fun enough, with like the superhero like deconstruction.
Yeah. It and Invincible
Also
coming
Superman
out, kind of
analog.
like hitting the TV shows at the same time was kind of interesting. How they're both
or Mortal Kombat.
yeah, they were both like this kind of similar, like, oh, how gross and like morbid can superheroes actually be if you like took them seriously. and then also like both of them gave us, the classic, what if
Omni-Man,
what if
Superman.
what if Superman was
Evil
was
Superman.
what's a genocidal white supremacist essentially,
Well-
like species
Well, I don't know. Well,
supremacist.
I don't know about white supremacists because I haven't seen The Boys, but like
It's just more like
definitely-
species supremacy, just being better than other
yeah,
people in general.
species supremacy. Like,
No,
like
in-
if you
in The
can't die,
Boys,
that
he
ain't
is-
it.
He is also racist, yeah.
In The
He is
Boys,
also intensely
yeah, he's a
racist.
Nazi
He
sympathizer,
is.
just straight up in The Boys. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh shit.
he's like in love with
With
the
a real
Nazi,
Nazi.
and like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's like that's fine, like that's not my problem. It's like some other like you're a PR. That's all his issue is.
I only say no because of like, well, I mean, I haven't read the book, but like
yeah.
definitely in the Invincible show, what's his name, Omni-Man, he's like a race or no, a species
Yeah.
supremacist.
Species.
You know what
It's
I mean?
just an
Where it's like,
allegory for it.
survival of the fittest and fucking where it's like in The Boys, it's like, oh, yeah, you're an actual racist.
all the
Yeah,
oddly
it's just whatever
coincidental
to-
things that Republican pundits happen to talk about what they believe people should focus on.
But
Survival of the
you
fittest.
know, it's super funny, or what's very poignant. Seth Rogen developed both of those series for Amazon.
True.
Really?
He developed The Boys for Amazon, which was isn't that Image Comics too, or no?
Dynamite or Boom Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite
Yeah,
Comics.
yeah. Well done. But basically,
No, it's the
Seth
same
Rogen
thing basically.
developed The Boys for Amazon, and he developed Invincible for Amazon, which is why he's got, I don't know if he's got a part in The Boys, but he's got a part in Invincible, obviously. But yeah,
I don't think he is funny enough.
And you know what? Even then, it's so funny watching Invincible. The whole time I was thinking like, oh, you know what the pacing and just the tone kind of reminds me of? Fucking Preacher, season 1 of Preacher, which Seth Rogen also kind of produced. So Seth, I don't know, he is pushing forward these good adaptations.
TMNT as well.
Like he did
A lot of comic
TMNT.
fan.
Oh, right. He did.
Big
Although-
comic fan, apparently.
Although
It's-
that
I mean, that
one
was
was
different, but yeah.
definitely a kids movie, but I'm sure if
Yeah.
they, I'm sure
It was
if they did
fire.
the original fucking what is it Wiseman? If they did the original like TMNT like black and white
Eastman
like
and Laird.
fucking Eastman and Laird. If they did the OG like TMNT like that, like I'm sure Seth Rogen would have been all over that. Like, oh, let's make it edgy, let's make it fucking like present or
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be kind of cool, but I think it's fine. How, especially with the one we got, I'm like that was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
So
I'm happy with that.
yeah, it's funny. I guess he's like a big comic fan because I remember following him from when he did the Preacher because I liked the Preacher storyline, and he did Garth Ennis's The Boys, and I was like, that's one I hadn't read, but I'd heard good things, and I've read the first book of The Boys, and I will say the show actually is a bit better in my opinion
Oh,
than the comic.
The show's pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Hot take.
The show was really, really fun.
For Preacher or The Boys?
The Boys. Oh,
The
sorry. Were you
Boys.
saying for the Preacher?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
not
No,
for
no,
Preacher.
sorry, I thought
Oh, okay.
Preacher.
Kind of reverse for Preacher.
Ah, I see.
They're different.
Very different.
Yeah, the book is better, but the show is interesting because it's pretty different.
The
so
show's
if you
still
just want-
good. The
Yeah.
show's still good, but like obviously you can't. It doesn't hold a candle to the comic book.
Yeah, it's like season 2 or 3 are kind of like lackluster and kind of just filler. I remember, but the
God.
like rest are like okay or good. It ranges.
You know, a show.
Yeah,
I've been
sorry.
slowly finally catching up on. And I'm glad I can finally get some time to watch it. I've been watching the Bat Batch episodes for
Oh,
Star Wars.
Nice.
Very interesting. Basically, they really are like going full tilt into like this is the whole. Basically, the Bad Batch story arc throughout these seasons is explaining how the Emperor got his hands on cloning technology, and like basically explaining Episode 9. So
so basically,
That's right,
So
yeah.
they made episode 9, and now they're spending the next 10 years explaining why the first
good
10
why
minutes.
it totally
the
makes
first 10
sense. It
minutes.
wasn't an asshole. Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
So
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's
Episode 10 just starts with the producer like, listen, guys, it's fucking good, I swear. Like it.
yeah, it's interesting.
smart.
I don't know. It's like it sucks because I really like the Bad Batch, but also, and I like where the plot's going. It's just I know that that's why it's there, so that like kind of sours it a little bit. But luckily, they are doing like an entertaining version and like an entertaining way of telling that story and getting there, and because they focus it on the Bad Batch and like those clones and their stories, it's a lot easier to stay in like genuinely interested in as the arc goes on.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. I feel like there's so many shows like that where you can think, or even movies or art in general, where you can think, oh, this is cool, but then you realize there's one component or like some big factor that was like producer led, and you're like, I can see how that's not really like interwoven into the piece of art, because that's not what the artist's intent was, you know. Just I was like, funny enough, the first one, I don't know why it just came to mind, but I'm like, this is a bad movie regardless. I think is Will Smith's Wild Wild West with the big fucking mechanical spider.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's the stupidest reason to have that. But that movie's
That
not
was
great anyways.
awesome.
But it's just.
Well, no, he had
it's-
the spider because he was in a wheelchair. Duh.
Oh yeah, totally. That's
Because
that was
look,
not
dude, if
produced
you
for
have,
that.
if you're, because look, if I was in a wheelchair, I'd be like, God, I wish I had legs. But what's the thing that has the most legs?
A
A
centipede.
spider.
Or a spider.
Oh.
Or millipede,
Yeah,
or
spider.
millipede even actually.
Well, okay. So first,
To be
I
fair,
would
they're in
think,
the West.
I would think millipede, but then I'd be like, I gotta think small first. I gotta hedge my bets.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Maybe a
Build
spider.
up to it.
Yeah, I gotta build up to
Yeah.
it.
He only lived in the Wild
I'm already
Wild
in a
West. They didn't have
wheelchair, so
millipedes
that's
out
2
there.
legs.
You can only go with what he's seen, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
True,
There's no fucking
true.
centipedes, millipedes.
Scorpions.
There's no such thing as a millipede in the desert.
That's a
Yeah.
good saying.
But yeah, sorry, that was the dumbest movie that came to mind in regards to like
Desert.
producers muddling up.
Millipede.
Yeah.
Oh, there's totally.
Wow,
yeah, I'm sure
Google
there's plenty
says
of those.
desert millipede for sale. Yeah, why didn't the guy just Okay, we're switching to Wild Wild West topic. How come the
Sure.
guy just didn't make a mechanical millipede?
You know,
Maybe that
But
many
then it would've
legs
been
was
could've been
like
like a train.
materials issue.
Yeah.
nah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that,
That's the sequel.
that
You-
is true.
you-
Then you're just making
You
a
save it for
train.
the sequel.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's okay. So maybe he did think. Okay, so maybe let's put ourselves in his shoes. We are. Oh my God, it's Kenneth Branagh. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Isn't that crazy?
Kenneth Branagh was the bad guy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Nice.
insane.
That movie does have
Okay.
like a pretty stacked cast. I remember. Like I couldn't name anyone other than Will Smith, but it. And
So we are Kenneth Branagh. The three of us are Kenneth Branagh,
sure.
and we're
Each
like,
a different league.
we're each a different leg, and we're like, all right, now I best reckon that we better become a giant millipede. But then it's like, what? That's too much effort. And then we're just like, never mind.
I guess
Maybe
I don't have all the
Me-
metal for all them legs and that much.
not a
well,
millipede.
on a
Okay,
torso.
so millipede is like it's like a million legs. Now what's less
That's
than
a
a
lot.
million? Let's say two. Okay, now if I have 2, what has 4? A horse. Okay, okay, I like your
Yeah,
idea. I like your
We should be
idea. Other
making a
me,
goat
go.
back.
Yeah. With udders
Alright.
and all.
But you know what? The problem is that goats aren't venomous. You know, they can't kill you with like, you know, they're not deadly.
With bites.
You know?
All right, no, okay, you're on the right track now. Other me. Now let's think. What is venomous? A platypus.
There
snake.
we go.
Oh,
4 legs
no.
of platypus. Yeah.
A platypus.
4
that's a
leg.
good one, yeah.
Okay, no 4. Okay.
4 legs.
God, but a platypus in the middle of the desert. Come on, y'all.
Now this,
now we
this
gotta get
machine needs to
thinking.
have
We gotta
more of a dumpy, so we should make it something with a thorax. Like
something with the thor. Okay. Now I'm
An
thinking.
ant.
an
ants.
ant. There we
Ooh,
go.
an ant.
Yeah.
Now how 6
Yeah.
legs? Oh, come
Yeah,
on
6
now,
isn't enough.
brother.
We gotta go more than
That's
6.
6 isn't a
actually.
lot. Okay. Hold on a
Yeah,
minute.
it's a
8
little
legs.
limited.
Oh,
It's the
I think I've
perfect
got it
fizzy.
now, y'all.
See,
Okay, look.
centipede's
Eight
too
crazy
many,
freaks.
but 8's
Eight-legged
perfect.
now let's go ahead. Now just roll with me now for a quick second. All right, now let's say I'm right there. I'm in the desert. Okay. Now,
Ooh, okay.
we're not doing anything with 2 legs. We're not doing anything with 6 legs. We're not doing anything with 1,000,000 legs. Now, no spiders, no ants. You know, what are we thinking? Octopod.
There we go.
There we go. We got
There
the
we
8
go.
legs. We got the
They
octopod.
They're
can
flexible,
transform
too.
into different
Flexible.
things, like
Flexible.
those like mimic
You-
octopus.
You could
Oh,
put it
they
in
can
a
get in
jar and
holes as
it'll know to
big.
find its way.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Why didn't you do octopus? That'd be
That
like
would have
the
made a lot
ultimate
more
one.
sense. I mean, honestly, it would have been terrifying to see in the desert.
Oh fuck yeah. 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 Tentacles, suction cups
What
all
even
over the
is that?
place. Just
Yeah, so what even was this idea?
Anyways, yeah. So that movie was amazing.
Yeah, so Wild Wild Ocean would have been
Yeah.
really good.
that would have been the sequel. Fun
Deepest,
enough.
Bluest
You can
West?
See, you got the producer's notes.
Deep Blue West, Wild
Deepest-
Wild Ocean.
Yeah, he's supposed
Wild Wild Pacific? That would have been good.
There we
Nice.
go.
With
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Kenneth Branagh. That's
Man,
insane. He
Kenneth
went on to
Branagh
direct
and
Thor.
Samuel Jackson. And
Yeah,
Will
yeah,
Smith.
yeah, get Samuel.
That'd sell out.
Ooh, yeah. That'd been a good pair.
Honestly, Kenneth Branagh, his IMDb is hilarious because it is some of the most serious things you've ever seen, and then also some of the most goofy shit you've ever seen.
Like dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
he's the
love
like
Kenneth
worst
Branagh.
actor? Like not worst
What?
actor, but like the no.
What?
Like let me. Sorry, I finished. No. Let me finish because I stopped because you started talking. Do you think he's the actor with the worst like filmography, like the for like discrepancy wise?
Honestly, kind of. Like his
Like,
filmography
best
does
to
not
worst, like-
properly communicate like his I feel like
His
his
abilities.
abilities. Yes.
No. I
Until you go
I
back
give
far
that
enough.
reward to Ron Howard or what is it? Ron Howard's brother, Ron Howard Jr.
Clint
or
Howard?
whatever his name is. Clint Howard? Yeah.
Yeah, Clint.
I give that
Howard.
to Clint Howard.
Interesting.
Is
just
he
for
good
the
though?
amount of-
Like or what's
No, he's
what's
terrible.
his best movie?
His best movie?
What's his be-
Shit, maybe fucking Return of the Jedi or one of the Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah,
movies he
he's in
was
those.
in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. He's like in all of the, or not all, but he's in a lot of those fucking.
Oh no,
Nepotism.
he's
Nepotism.
in Solo. He's like, I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
who
yeah.
Han
Yeah.
Solo is.
What?
Is that his best movie? Because isn't that a terrible
Probably.
movie? I mean, that's his best movie probably. He is the ice cream man.
Oh my god, I
That's
forgot
true.
Kenneth
His best
Branagh
movie.
was the voice of Miguel in The Road to El Dorado.
In Across the
Interesting.
Spider-Verse.
I did not know. Yeah, Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, that one.
He goes to El Dorado. He's like, I'm looking for something. I'm trying to stop a cannon event with some gold.
Swing
We
Kids.
gotta find me a thick mommy
He was in
for my
Swing
thick me.
Kids. Did you guys ever see Swing Kids?
I think so. I feel
No.
like I had to watch an English class where we were
school.
like, all right, everybody,
Yeah.
we're going to watch Swing Kids today so that you know what it was like to live in the 1930s.
Yeah, for like history.
What the fuck? Let me see what the hell-
Yeah, because so Swing Kids is about a group of kids in Germany, in Nazi Germany.
Oh my god, I've seen
Who
this.
are being pressured to join the Nazi youth, and instead they decide to spend their time going to underground jazz swing clubs for teenagers, where they can dance
No.
their problems away instead of joining the Nazis.
My dad showed me this movie. Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I remember seeing
It's actually part of being a
Swing
dad.
Kids.
When as soon as you have a kid, you instantly start liking World War II movies and documentaries. It's like
Oh, yeah.
it's a genetic
minute-
thing that just kind of flips in a guy's brain. As soon as you have a kid,
Once you like,
you're a huge history
They're
buff.
They're like, oh my god, I gotta protect my son from Hitler.
yeah, that's why. Oh god, my paternal instincts are kicking in.
Oh god.
Well,
Oh,
see,
honey,
there's a
Hitler's
reason-
gonna
there's a
take our kid
reason.
any minute now. Johnny, it's the 1990s. What are you talking about?
No, but like due to the prevalence of tank combat and its surge into the forefront of World War II, that made the Blitzkrieg formation possible. You don't understand.
I want a divorce. You haven't been the same since you've started watching your World War II documentaries.
See, this feels like a trick. Like when when Charlemagne decided to try. Sorry, I don't even have a real example. Anyways,
Because you're not a dad
yeah,
yet.
because I'm not dad yet.
Give
I
it
don't
a-
have
give it
real
9
history
months.
examples. I don't have that.
Yeah, you don't.
I didn't
you
get
don't-
that power buff yet.
It comes in. It comes in right the minute you become a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Once that kid's born, you're like, oh,
Until then, I
I'm
can
reliving
only-
D-Day.
Until then, I can
Oh my
only
God,
recite
D-Day.
histories of worlds that don't exist. So, like, if you need some history from Magic the Gathering, I got you. But, like, real world, you can't expect
Yeah.
my brain to retain that.
Do y'all have a favorite war? Like even in fiction?
Thumb Wars, probably.
All right, that's the end of the episode.
Star
I
Wars.
gotta give my plugs.
Probably the Star War from
That's
Star
what I was
Wars.
literally-
That might take the cake. The Star
That
War.
might be.
God, I was walking through Target the other day where I just kept thinking of like, oh, why don't you go ahead and go watch yourself a Star War from fucking Arrested Development.
You know what's crazy?
Oh.
It's like in Attack of the
Nice.
Clones, they literally say begun the Clone Wars have. And like by that logic, they very easily in like episode 9 could have been like, that's it. We finally finished the Star Wars.
The Star Wars are complete.
Actually,
They have
I
been
think I would have
completed.
forgiven everything in episode 9 if they had given me that line. If at the end of the movie they said, and now the Star Wars have ended.
Wars. Just
And
finish Bad
finally,
Batch.
the
It's in
Star
there.
War had begun. Wow.
See, I think mine would
My
be
name's
Lord of the
Luke
Rings.
Skywalker, and I really think that there is a new hope to all of this stuff going on.
He really was a Phantom
modern
Menace. that
modern
guy.
day movies the ability to
Subtlety.
understand metaphors or anything. Like
Yeah.
their media
What's the
literacy
second one?
is just in the toilet.
Clone Wars or Attack
So
of
no,
the
no, no.
Clones?
It's an well, yeah, true. A Phantom Menace, a Clone Wars. Well, no, okay. So Yoda does
A Clone
say
Wars.
Clone Wars begun has, or so, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he says
literally,
something like
he
that.
literally
It
says
was-
begun the Clone Wars have in the movie.
And then what?
Yes.
Revenge of the
Miss
no, no, no.
Piggy. Did you have
What's the
Revenge
third
of the
one?
Sith?
Revenge of the Sith.
I think, right?
The Sith Revenge had.
It looks like the Sith have gotten their
Sith
revenge. Mace Windu says as
He
he's
really
falling
wasn't-
out of a window. It looks like the Sith have gotten their revenge.
The Sith really had gotten their revenge. See you in 50 years.
No,
when Disney
when,
decides to do
Anakin-
something with my character.
There's no
When
way they're
Anakin
gonna
went to the
do more
younglings,
Mace
he's like, I'm
Windu.
here for my revenge as a Sith.
That's actually interestingly enough. So have you guys been following the whole Star Wars Outlaws game?
No.
No, not yet.
Kind
It's
of.
a-
I saw the new trailer today.
Yeah, Ubisoft game.
Yo, I be hard. Don't you ever say that I be soft, because that's fucked up.
Nah, Ubisoft. You definitely
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
Team Leader, you know.
Anyways,
Dude, who said
you know
that?
how-
Who said that?
I heard from around. You know how it is.
You know how sensitive Gibbelding is about his medium size or moderate
About his
size.
softness. Well, we're not talking about
Moderate, yeah.
size. We're just
Not
talking
size,
about like
yeah.
softness or hardness. Dog.
Fucking-
Come on.
Yes,
That's what I was trying to think. I'm like, what's the word? I guess pliability.
they did.
His moderate.
Ply,
Oh my
my
God.
ply, babe, you better be ready for how pliable I am right now. You don't even know.
Well,
You
no,
don't
it'd
even
be
know how
non-pliable,
pliable
I think,
my
right?
wood is.
We don't fuck with him anymore. He's too
think-
pliable.
He's
Yeah, I
too
think you want
pliable.
non-pliable for hardness.
All right, but Star Wars Outlaws.
But yeah, sorry. Go.
They,
Yes, how is
where you
it?
play as somebody like working as a, trying to be, work to survive and scrap to survive a living out in the Outer Rim.
Mm-hmm.
And they confirmed recently that when you're working with like the seedy gangs and other like black market dealings, that you run into Kira from Solo in that game.
no! Wait! What?
Clint Howard's in that movie. It's the best movie.
Yeah.
Clint. Wait! Shit! Clint Howard is in that movie. Oh shit!
Yeah, go on.
That's how you know it's a good
Can you
movie.
run into Clint Howard?
It's Clint Howard's in it.
Yeah.
You can actually play as Clint Howard in this video game.
Oh, I mean, dude, don't
You remember-
fuck me. I'd buy that game.
You
Day
remember
one,
in
if
the-
you could.
In the Family Guy episode where it's like, oh, and then it cuts to it cuts to Clint.
What? No.
Yeah, there's a Family Guy skit where it cuts to Clint Howard and it just shows him and his big fucking head. He's like, I don't know what the fucking buttons do.
Oh, in Star Wars.
Okay.
But yeah, so you run into Clint Howard
gotta
in
find it.
Star Wars Outlaw.
Yeah, so
and what
in
happens?
Star Wars Outlaws, that's an interesting thing that they threw in there, was that like you're gonna run into like the Black Sun gang, the Crimson Dawn. Sorry, the Crimson Dawn.
Crimson, yeah.
And Kira.
Oh,
I love that. Good. It's about time they did something with her character, considering that it's been probably like 7 years.
7 years.
Has it been 7 years?
And
When did
we've
Solo
seen her?
come
We've
out?
seen her in like a comic or two in the meantime, but like nothing crazy. It's been a while, so
2018. It's almost been it's been 6 years.
6 years, yeah.
6 years.
So they're finally giving her character a
Jesus.
little bit more, like of a place in like the Outer Rim dealings,
Universe.
yeah, in the universe. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And the game just in general looks really solid. I'm really excited to try it out. It's like, it's one of those games where I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to get it and see how it is.
RPG.
Yeah, RPG.
It's an RPG.
So
Like action or JRPG or like
Action.
action, like
action, like
over the shoulder,
Skyrim or
yeah.
like
Open world
yeah.
Skyrim, like you could just get
Dragon
up
Dogma.
and fucking go wherever, which looks really insane.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that'd be cool. Because I really liked Fallen Order, and so I'd be down. I like some like Star Wars ancillary
This is gonna be
stuff,
like,
honestly.
it looks like it's gonna be more like Fallout-esque almost, rather than more
Okay.
Fallen
rather
Order.
than Fallen Order, which
hack and
is more,
slash.
yeah, it's more like
Yeah. No, and I like Fallout too, but I'm like
Souls-esque.
I've been itching for some good Star Wars,
Yeah.
like good Star Wars spin-offs. Also, real quick, I was just laughing because I was looking up. I wanted to see what Clint Howard looked like in Star Wars, and I was typing it autocorrect to Star Trek, and I was like, "Wait, he's in Star Trek?" And the fucking picture of him is fucking horrendous. He's a goddamn gremlin baby.
Dude, I almost fell out. Legit, almost fell out of my fucking seat. I almost fucking fell.
I'm sure.
That scared the shit out of me, dude. I almost fucking fell out of my seat.
wow, that was
Sorry, I trigger
interesting.
warning or jump scare warning. Yes.
That genuinely scared the shit out
Did it
of me,
really?
dude.
I feel so bad because he's a kid. He's like a baby, but he looks like.
I wish we were
freaking
recording the
gremlin.
video, because I almost fucking fell out of my fucking seat.
Damn. The pure shock of
Yeah,
Clint
he's
Howard.
He's so ugly.
But no, I am super stoked for. Or that sounds cool for Outlaw.
Honestly, there's a few good Star Wars like games coming down the pipeline in the next couple of years, because we've got this one coming out, and then next year they've got Eclipse slated to come out sometime
is
in
that the-
2025. That's the Square Enix game. Not Square Enix.
Okay, never mind. It's not the David.
Quantic Dream.
David,
sorry.
it's not the David.
Quantic Dream.
Yeah, it is. Okay, that's.
Yes.
I forgot about that because that was the whole David Cage like thing,
Yes.
and I feel like it like fell behind the wayside.
I don't know
and
if David Cage
yeah.
is still working on it.
I don't think
I
so.
think Quantic Dream still
Mhm.
is,
Yeah.
just not him.
Yeah.
Who's David
No,
Cage?
I think that's.
He's the guy who
he's
made a
like
couple
the
games, including Detroit
producer,
Become
yeah.
Human, and
Mm.
he was a bit involved in a bit of a
Yeah.
scandal.
Yeah,
Ah.
it was around the time that Star Wars, like after they announced Eclipse, I remember like him having to go to court and the company being like at court and being
yeah.
like, it's funny. I think we talked about it briefly at the beginning of this when we started this podcast. So I'm like, oh, cool, that game wasn't canceled. I thought it was because just all the like drama or the dilemmas that came up with that company. That's cool. Shit, let me see. Star Wars Eclipse. Yeah, hopefully that's good because, yeah, some of those games are pretty solid. The Quantic Dreams ones.
I love the Quantic Dream games, honestly. I love that style of game in general.
No, I loved Heavy Rain. Then I got Beyond Two Souls, and that one sucked ass. I guess speaking of Willem Dafoe, which we were talking about before recording, he's in that, and that game sucked ass. But then Detroit looked good. I never got around to it though, just because they burned me so hard with Beyond.
Hey, what do you mean? I'm here with I've been
Oh.
with Gibbelding, ready to record for the last episode. What do you mean that game sucked ass?
Who put this soccer ball here?
To be fair, it was not you, Willem Dafoe. It was everyone else that was the problem.
Well, to be
You were
fair,
the best part.
I involve myself in every role, you know, in any position that I
Mhm.
can, you know. I'm gay, I'm into classical music, you know.
I will say, have you guys? So I recently got Peacock as a streaming
Oh,
service.
jeez.
I'm canceling my
Uh-huh.
Hulu streaming service and instead transferring over to
okay.
Peacock because they have actually a lot of stuff that I really like. They have
Mhm.
all of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I've been wanting to watch for a while.
Mm.
Because Netflix only has 4 seasons
Okay.
out of the 8. And
Hmm.
and we're planning on watching a movie on Peacock. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this movie. Have you ever heard of Pandorum?
Yeah.
I couldn't say I have.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh my
Google
god, I
this
haven't
bad
seen that
boy.
movie in like 11 years, 15 years.
When I was on vacation, or I was like in Chicago, like off in Chicago, I saw it at the hotel. I like caught like a bit of it, and
I remember this cover.
Yeah, and so,
Ugh, what the fuck?
meanwhile, my girlfriend already knew exactly what the movie was and had already seen it, and so I was like, okay, so we have to find a way to watch this movie because I need to see the end of this movie and want to see the rest of it, and we like got back home and like there was no way for us to like get the movie without like straight up buying it, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy this movie, but then when I finally discovered that Peacock. Like that there was other things that I needed to get on Peacock too. I was like, no, I'm finally just gonna get Peacock. So now I'm stoked to learn more about the space cannibals and things and whatnot. It looks it's confusing because I only saw some of it, so it's gonna be
Like
interesting
a
to
trailer
see.
or
I think that goes back to the kind of the sci-fi conversation that we were having a couple weeks ago. What is it? Pandorum is definitely. It really tried to be like Event Horizon / Alien for like the new generation. Although it missed something. I don't know. I think my big theory was the star power. Like it
The star power?
because I remember liking it as a movie and being like, oh, this movie's sick, but it doesn't star anybody
stars
that you
as
would
in-
really give a shit.
Norman
you know what I
Reedus
mean?
is
Like,
Norman Reedus is in it
Dennis
for like a
Quaid.
second.
well, that's the thing. Okay,
Dennis
so
Quaid is apparently the
Norman
character, it
Reedus
looks
is
like.
in it for like a second.
yeah.
Dennis Quaid is like the villain who, to be honest, he should have been
That's
like.
funny.
Yeah,
character.
but it's one of those where like they don't really give him enough screen time. The
Yeah.
person that they give the most screen time to is Ben Foster,
Yeah.
and he's actually the guy who played Angel in X-Men 3.
Ooh, nice.
Very strange because that guy was very much like I feel bad saying this, but like kind of like a 15 minutes of fame, kind of like he had his starlight for a quick second, and he was in a bunch of movies, and then that was it. You know what I mean? You don't really
Yeah.
see him too much anymore. He was in 30 Days of Night as well. He was like the lackey, the lackey
Gotcha.
vampire.
Honestly, I can understand.
But yeah,
though,
it
'cause
was-
I don't know. In Pandorum, he's a little. His acting choices sometimes are a little odd.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's kind of a small. I'm not even gonna say Weasley. I don't think he's like a Weasley kind of man.
He's
I
like.
don't think so at all. But he's very much like
do you know the guy who played Jax
Badger.
in
it's like a badger
Do you
actor.
know the guy who
Mortal
played
Kombat?
Jax in Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
No, but I assume
Sorry.
you're talking about Charles Hunnam, who was also like Robin Hood or some shit, or like he's like the blonde dude that's always like he was in Pacific Rim.
Yeah, he's in Pacific Rim. So this guy looks like dollar store Jax. Charlie Hunnam. Yeah, he looks like dollar store Charlie Hunnam.
Hmm.
Like
It's funny because I also feel like you would find, like, if you went to a dollar store, you would find that guy, Ben Foster, but in a different aisle, you would also find Charlie
also
Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
Just an aisle down.
Yeah.
The only difference is that Charlie
the
Hunnam
one
is
that
one of
couldn't
those things
sell.
in the dollar store where you're like, why is this $5? Like,
Like, what the hell?
Well, I feel like $3.99, but like, yeah, I get you. It's like, yo, this
Yeah.
shouldn't be like I get like, it's too expensive to be cheap, but it's still pretty cheap.
Yeah, the other guy, it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Well,
here we go, 99 cents. That's what I'm looking for. This is the dollar store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's he's the ones that wouldn't be pushed in like the big store, so they're like, we just give them all the like almost expired Charlie Hunnams.
Speaking of which, did you guys hear that the 99-cent stores are all shutting down?
Oh yeah, yeah.
what?
All of them.
I was like,
No
wow.
shit, for real?
Yeah, whole entire company's
Yep.
liquidating.
Well, they've never
Yep.
been 99 cents for like the last 7 years.
Yeah,
So
nothing there has cost 99 cents
Yeah.
for a while, but still.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even Dollar Tree, I think I saw like recently they raised their prices. I'm like, what's the point?
not the Dollar
So,
Tree.
yeah, the
Dollar
Tree.
Tree
Dollar.
has-
You
The-
need to
oh,
start
no.
your own
My
store called the
own
Dollar
company.
Tree, and it's just
My-
like you selling your own
Yes.
merch, and it's just like everyone's like, "Is this supposed to be $1?" And you're like, "No, dollar."
Like, no.
No. That's a Charlie.
Yeah.
That's worth Charlie Hunnams. That's about 7 Charlie Hunnams.
Everything's
one
measured
Ben
in
Foster.
Charlie Hunnams or Ben Foster. Yeah.
And the
Ben
piece of
Foster's,
gum you
yeah.
have over there is 1 Ben Foster.
I'll take half actually, half of
What
Ben
about for
Foster.
this?
I
What about
think
for this
gum's probably worth
giant
more.
painting? Oh, that's so much you couldn't afford it. That's worth a whole Willem Dafoe.
Just one Willem. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna ask though, what's like the next big release of something that you're excited for? Whether it's a movie, a game. I mean, I know Gym Leader Nate was talking about Star Wars Outlaw earlier, but
Ooh, it's the week.
what's like something game, movie, book, show? I don't
It's
know.
the
Whatever.
week of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That's this weekend.
That's funny.
Oh, true.
That's what I was gonna say too. Because by the time that this comes out, you know,
Nerds.
Thunder Junction
Yeah.
would have already been out by now. But you know what, Gym Leader Nate, you know, Thunder Junction would have been out by now, about 3 days. Why don't we go ahead and give our thoughts about what that, you know, what we think of that,
The deck.
of what that deck is. Why don't you go first?
Sorry, my internet cut out, and all I heard was Thunder
Oh.
Junction would have been out by now. Why don't you go first? So, what was everything in between those two things?
Why don't I go first actually, and I
Go
can do
first
my
with what?
review of Thunder
Yeah.
Junction.
Actually,
give
yeah,
my review
Dala,
of
why
Thunder
don't
Junction.
you go ahead and
Yeah.
go first? Why don't you give your
So-
review of Thunder Junction?
Or a review?
Yeah, because it was out 3 days, and I'm now super stoked into it. You know, I like it. It's really funny, nice, pretty colors. I like to, you know, I have the cowboy one. You know, that's my big deck is
Ooh.
big boy
That's
cowboys with big guns.
Yeah, just
I
so,
got the
just so
one with
you
the-
hear it, Dala has the cowboy one from Thunder Junction.
Mhm. Specifically,
Oh,
the
The Thunder
Cowboy
Junction
one.
deck.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
If
got
you
the
know,
cowboy
you know.
one. If you know,
Yeah,
you know.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also got a brush rag with the old style cowboy hat and an old style Gatling
There
gun
we
and,
go,
hanging outside
there
of a
we
cabin a caravan.
See,
You know, gotta protect my teams with that.
Oh.
I think that's like one of the best in my opinion. It's a shiny too.
makes sense.
It's a shiny. Yeah.
See, I was
Yeah, yeah,
surprised.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
surprised with that they went with the Kevin Costner bonus card inclusion with every pack.
Oh.
I was kind of surprised
didn't
by
see that.
that,
That's
but
cool.
like I guess it makes sense. But it was odd that it was just a wallet sized picture of him.
And it said go see my movie. What's the
Who's the
movie's name?
actor?
Actually, I forget. Wait, which
I think
one-
we're
which
both
movie?
we're both trying to figure out references that we really want to quote as to like what the cards are. Like, oh fuck, what's the new card that they got that's a reference to the thing that I remember? Fuck.
Based off Gym Leader Nate's, I'm basically like that. It's a picture of Kevin Costner, but it says "Go see my movie," whatever that racist movie.
Oh
he's
yeah, that
making
new
is
one.
called
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh
that
my
one.
god.
That's what it
that
says,
Whatever
like, on the
happened to,
card.
that movie
Oh
of
my
like
God.
basically what every boomer
Yeah.
going, whatever happened to the old
Oh.
cowboy movies where they were nice and racially insensitive, and it's like he's like, I
Yeah.
got your back, I can make one for you. What was the title
Because
again?
then that way, like at least people will know. I forget. That's why
Let
we
me
saw
see.
that. What movie with Godzilla vs Kong? I think it was a trailer, and that's when
Yeah.
our Lag 9K, the theme song creator of our show, pointed out like the whole like just what the movie's about, and I was like, oh my god, how is that like? And so I kind of wish it
Native
was called No Good
American.
Engine.
It's
Bad.
crazy. It's like
Yeah.
it is straight up
'Cause then that
pushing
way we know
false
not to
like
watch it
false
easily.
history, and it's like
Yeah.
it's called Horizon, an American saga.
What's just called?
It's
Oh, okay. I was like-
insane. Because there's like
like
dialogue in the
produced by
trailer
him.
that's like, there's dialogue in the trailer that's like, they are savages. They will take
Yep.
everything from you and leave
Yeah.
nothing.
If you whatever
Like,
you
they
build,
will
they
fuck-
will burn down.
They will destroy.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's apparently like his like 10-year passion project or something where he's like been producing this whole time, and it's like.
And then his
"Ugh,
character's
come
whole
on,
thing
dude."
is like, it looks like his character's whole thing is like being like, oh, I don't want to have to use my gun, but someone's got to protect these fine white settlers from these savages, so I'm just going to have to get my hands dirty,
Basically.
I guess. Like,
I don't.
that is
I
100%
don't want
how
to
it
have to
reads.
kill 122 Native Americans, but I guess I might have to. And then there's like a 21-year-old blonde woman that's like, "Oh my God, Kevin Costner, you are just so hot. You're giving me the vapors.
such a
I can't even
hunk.
tell
You're
that you're
such a
70.
hottie hunk." Ooh, I love
Yeah.
70-year-old men.
Basically.
And he's just like,
I want you to be my Robert De Niro. Ooh.
"Fine, come and give me kiss." Like, oh
Yeah.
God, what a shitty. Fuck you, Kevin
But I-
Costner. You know what, Kevin Costner?
yeah, I got-
I'm glad you died in that tornado in Man of Steel. Okay, because you know what you deserve.
Oh, true.
Piece of shit.
That'd be
It's like,
crazy.
bye-bye, son. I'm off to make a racist movie.
That'd be crazy if
Goodbye.
he rug pulls everybody and then you go in and it's actually like that was all a marketing gimmick and it's actually all reversed and you're like, whoa.
It's like get anger views.
Ooh,
Just get everyone to angry
He's our-
talk about it.
Kevin Costner is our woke king.
That's what we've been waiting for. The woke
He's like,
king,
I always
Kevin
go down
Costner.
on the women first.
I
There you
always
go.
make
go
sure they
down on
come and
women
I
and I
never do.
tell. I'm invited to every cookout. I swear to God.
But yeah, so I got the MTG card called "Go See My Movie Horizon," and when you play it, actually, it makes the opponent have to go see that movie. So
Nice.
Yo,
it's
there
pretty
is a MTG set coming out called Modern Horizons 3.
it's a sequel.
It's a sequel. It's the third sequel.
Nice.
Sounds pretty good. Should be
Mhm.
good.
What is good about it, or what sounds good about it, particularly? Just out of curiosity.
It just seems like top tier decks.
For which one? Modern Horizon 3?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Modern Horizon. So I guess, Dala, for some context, Modern Horizon, it's
Yeah,
called
no
that
way.
because Modern as a format is, like, Standard is the primary format of Magic where it uses the most recent 3 years of Magic cards. Modern is a system that says ever since 8th edition in Magic, anything printed after that is legal in Modern. So it's like 8th edition was when they kind of like stopped printing things that were so crazy unbalanced. And so they're like, okay, so 8th edition forward, you can use anything that's been printed. And that's like, I
Gotcha.
think that was like year two.
Before
I think
that,
was like
it's
the year
illegal.
2000.
Jeez.
Yes. And so Modern has a very different power level. So when they make Modern Horizons, typically what they're doing is they're trying to print cards that have new ways of combining mechanics across all like of the different sets. So like they'll print a card that has 2 mechanics on it where those mechanics were in completely different sets like 10 years apart, but they're like, but they work really well together. So this is our chance to kind of swap things around and kind of play with stuff and print some utility cards that can kind of really weirdly and interestingly interact with all the things our cards already do. And because of that, they can be kind of spicy and really, really powerful. And now they've started making commander decks for them. So now they're coming out with commander decks for Modern Horizons. And it looks
Mamma mia.
crazy. One of them is an Emrakul deck.
Ooh,
Eldrazi deck,
Crazy.
which Eldrazi's are like one of the most powerful and like annoying things to play against ever. I can't wait for that to come out, but it's also going to be like crazy expensive.
So I've just been thinking while all of these new sets come out, like, yeah, we'll buy our own set. I just think that, the team of us, the group of MTG nerds, us in real life, we should all pitch in equal amounts to get Dala one overpowered deck. Just every just for every purchase, whether or not it's like Thunder Junction or like Modern Horizons.
That way he
It's
comes
like,
in on a hot
let's
streak.
just all that when he comes in, just plays with that one, doesn't have to get any booster packs or whatever.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, we'll keep it at your house.
I'll win
too.
one and then I'll I'll win at one game, and then I'll just be like, all right, I'm
Perfect record.
1-1,
I'm done.
100%
Yep.
of the
I have a
games.
perfect record of
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
That's all. I'm good.
100% wins.
Funny story. I have a perfect gambling record in a casino.
Oh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
Yeah.
I once went in. I went in and I spent I think about $10, and I came out with 12.
Nice.
So, and that's the last time I've ever gambled. So I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm
so
betting.
You're open
I'm betting
120%.
100 right now. Yeah, 120.
Yeah, I was
so,
gonna say,
you
what's
know,
You're
the?
good.
I called out
Nice.
while I was ahead,
Shit.
and I knew.
Oh,
Maybe
definitely.
today.
Yeah. Do you guys like? Do y'all like gambling or no?
I mean, I like opening
casino?
packs, so inherently I have to say yes. I don't like traditional gambling. I like
Yes.
card games, and I like.
That's why. I know.
But now that I think about it, if you like trading
Casino-wise.
cards and you like opening packs, you inherently
Same.
like gambling. Yes.
Exactly.
definitely a gamble,
exactly.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I won't hit a jackpot. I won't go up to a stupid machine. But you know what? Oh my God! Can you imagine going to a casino and like if they're just like, all right, gentlemen, $10 for your buy-in, and it's like they give you a pack of Magic the
Oh my
Gathering
god!
cards.
Oh my god! A place where it's
There's
like,
like
I would
chips.
it's
too.
just
fucking
non-stop
dude.
like sealed events, like drafts and stuff, and they're just playing it all the
Oh
time.
my God! Yeah.
Oh,
so like,
that
if you
sounds
put in
kinda cool,
10
actually, yeah.
bucks, and they're like, all right, here's a pack, and it's like you just pull whatever you pull, you could buy back. You know what I mean? Whether it's not like $20 worth of cards or $10 worth of cards, it's like, ooh, I made it.
That sounds pretty dope, actually.
But you know what? Speaking of winning big at the casinos, and getting ready to cut early, and knowing when to hold
When
them
to
and when to
cut and
fold
run.
them. Why don't we go ahead
Ooh.
and do a little bit of plugs? I guess I'll go ahead and go first. I guess first and foremost, thank you all for sticking around for an episode that didn't really have a format or didn't really have like a premise, just something that we were kind of figuring out on our own and just shooting the shit, I really appreciate that. Thank you all for stopping by, because we don't really offer that kind of thing too often,
Just some quality chat. Chat.
but just quality chit-chatting, shoot-shitting, and shit-shooting.
Hanging out with the boys, the down and dirty boys.
Down and dirty boys. But you know what? If you ever want to find anything that Gibbeldang here makes, why don't you go ahead and follow the Gibbeldang Instagram or the Gmail or the YouTubes or the any other things that don't exist. Just go ahead and follow me at Instagram. Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah. If you need to find me, obviously I'm still Jim Leaner8 on all my socials. So obviously, if you're looking to ask questions about the podcast or anything, just feel free to hit me up there.
Yeah, and you can, for me, it's Dala, and you can find me on Instagram at dadala.art. I just post art every now and then. I've been trying to uplift other artists, so it's make posts or like share their story, like posts on my story. And then I guess, you could also follow No Dumb Idea anywhere, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Give us a follow, share, like, all that good stuff.
We thank you all for stopping by and listening to the different things that we had to say this episode. So why don't you go ahead and have a good old fashioned time?
And go to your Outlaws pre-release. It's gonna be sick. Let's go.
Go to your fucking Outlaws pre-release and spend like
Wouldn't it be done
$200
by
and get in
now?
a fight with your partner and be like, hey, I don't have a spending problem. I swear to God, I just like.
I swear.
But it's like MTG. I swear to God, it's fun, and it's gonna save me money in the long haul, and it's
And have you
it's
sold any of your cards to make that money back?
And have you sold any of your cards, girlfriend, to make that money back? And she says, yeah. What are you talking about? I don't even play Magic the Gathering. What are you
And
talking
then
about?
pulls out all the BTS and K-pop collector cards. Then what are these?
Because no matter what, guys, remember, women are still wrong. All right, bye everyone.
Oh,
A message from Gibbeldang.
okay. Bye. Yes.
No dumb idea. No dumb idea.